guys, so since you've been so nice to share all these things that have happened in your life, I wanted to share another thing happening at the Hezzy house. It's nothing major, but something that maybe a lot of people don't know about. So let's see, I think it was yesterday, Trav was complaining that he had this achy, sharp pain in his back and kind of felt like there was a bump or something there. And so he had me look, and I didn't see anything really where he was pointing. And so I was like, well, just scratch my back. So I scratched in his back, and he's like, right there. And I was like, what? He was like, right there. What's right there? You know, and he had like these 5 little like bump things kind of in a C shape. And they weren't, he's like, is it a zit or something? And I was like, no, they look kind of like little blisters, you know? And I didn't know if it was, I don't know, a rash or what it was. So he's like, gosh, like there's just these like shooting pains coming from right there. And it's like, huh, that's really weird. And we went to dinner and stuff, and it was bothering him. And I didn't really think too much of it, but it was kind of there in the back of my mind. And so the next day he was talking about it still hurting, and he had taken an ibuprofen 800, and when I got back from my run, he said that helped a little bit, but it just kind of took the edge off. And I was like, that's weird, because if it was like he lifted something and injured, usually like the ibuprofen pretty much takes away the pain for the time being, and then, you know, it'll ache some more later. So I got in my bath, and I was like, well, before I got in my bath, I was like, okay, Trav, you Google your symptoms and I'll Google your symptoms, and we'll see what we come up with, you know, because I'm a really good Google doctor. So I Googled his symptoms, and the first thing that popped up was shingles. And I was like, that is so what it is. And I seen like a couple other things that it could be with the symptoms. I'm like, no, that doesn't quite fit. And so I texted him, I'm like, it's shingles. And he doesn't respond to me, and I was like, ugh. So I try calling him and don't get a hold of him. Granted, he's just at the other end of the house, but I'm calling him because I'm in the bath. And so then I call Harley, and I'm like, Harley. She's like, yeah? I'm like, go tell your dad he's got shingles. She's like, what? I'm like, just go tell him. So she goes and tells him, and he shakes his head like whatever and rolls his eyes. So anyways, making this story longer than it needs to be, but so then I get out of the bath, and I go find him, and I was like, Travis, you have shingles. He's like, no, I don't. And I was like, yeah, you do. And we are going to Instacare because it's Saturday. Of course, when you're sick, it's always Saturday, and the only doctor you can go to is the Instacare. So, and Paisley had also been having earaches at night, so I was like, I'm going to take you both. He's like, I don't want to spend the money. I'm not going. I says, I don't care if you want to go. We're going. And I kept telling him that, and we argued back and forth, and then this thought pops into my head, and it's like, Phoebe, Harley's new baby, hasn't been vaccinated yet, and we need to go check and see if you got shingles, because I don't know that it would really affect anybody else as far as what I read, if you've already had chicken pox or been vaccinated. So anyways, he argued with me, told me that's not what it was, but as soon as I mentioned the baby, then he's like, okay, because he loves little Phoebe and wouldn't ever want to do anything to hurt her. So anyways, I take the 2 of them to the Instacare. We get in to see the doctor, and lo and behold, I really am the Google doctor master. He has shingles. Sucky part, I mean, besides the fact that he has shingles, is that we were going to bless Phoebe tomorrow. So we will no longer be doing that, just to be on the extra safe side. And he wanted to be able to hold her and show her off to everybody. So we're going to try and do it next week, but we'll see what the bishop and everybody says, and if we can get in next week and do it. But he just wants to be safe. So basically, in talking to the doctor, he says that he's not contagious, that the only way that he would be contagious to the baby is if she touched like the blisters on his back. So, you know, as long as he keeps a shirt on and whatever, it should be fine. But he wants to be extra careful. He says he's not going to hold her. He's like, I'm going to go live in the trailer for a week. And I don't really think he needs to do that. The doctor didn't seem too crazy about it. But so everybody should be fine. Basically, shingles, he did say that it can come from stress. It can come from a high fever, so kind of like fever blisters. It can get worse, and you can have some pretty good pain. I had a friend who I believe she was in her 20s and had shingles on her face, and she said it was quite painful and lasted for quite some time. My mother-in-law, she's had them as well, and it was quite painful for her. So when I was doing my reading, it said something about if you get in within the first 72 hours of getting it, they can actually give you some medicine to kind of help clear it up a little bit, that kind of help with the symptoms and make it not so bad. But if it's after the 72 hours, there's really nothing they can do about it, because you can have pain for months and months afterwards from the shingles, even though the blisters and scabbing has gone away. So we definitely wanted to do that. We don't want him to be in pain, and we don't want him to be contagious or go through anything he doesn't need to. So he got the drugs for it. Luckily, we got in there within the 72 hours. And the pills, man, they're ginormous. Like, so ibuprofen 800s, they're big. They're bigger than those. They're ginormous. So anyways, he's got to take those 3 times a day. Nobody worry, he's not contagious. My son is acting like he's a disease, like, get out, stay away. But I think it's just because he doesn't want him to play his Xbox. He's a nerd that way. He likes to have control over his Xbox, and his dad loves to go in there and play Fortnite. So if anybody wants to invite Trav over to play Fortnite. Anyways, so that's currently what's going on with the Heslingtons. Besides my mom's brain tumor. Not that that's funny. It's not funny, but just a little news on that. She does have an appointment up in Salt Lake with the doctor. That's on the 9th at 9 o'clock in the morning. So, yay! Finally going to get some more news there and figure out what's going to go on. Hopefully we can schedule a surgery and get that thing out of her head. I'm not really sure how that will go, because I'm not sure if they're going to want to biopsy it and make sure it's not cancerous. Like, I think we're pretty much 99.9% sure it's not cancerous, because it's a meningioma and those usually aren't. So I don't know if that's even a route they will go. But keep my family in your prayers. We could always use extra prayers for Trav, not to be in too much pain, and Paisley to stay healthy, all my family to stay healthy, that my mom can get her tumor taken out and have a normal, awesome life and go to Hawaii with me and my family. Yes. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing in my family's life, and for letting me share in your guys' life and trials. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.